I decided to put together the first ever Monster Tamer Awards. The reason I wanted to do this is to raise more awareness to the general public that this is an actual genre of games, and not simply random Pokemon clone games like many totally unbiased gaming news articles like to describe them as. Having our own Monster Tamer Awards is good for the indie developers to get recognition and good for the players to get a chance to voice their support. The games that were eligible for these awards had to be released in the year 2023 and had to be original games, not games made with verifiable unlicensed copyright content. Just because a game is nominated doesn't guarantee that they will win any of the categories, especially if the game is already shut down, unless you have some hardcore fans. But it should be a badge of honor to even make it on the list. You did complete your game after all, which is more than many others have managed to do. The games that were nominated for awards were Adore, A Node Heart, Cassette Beast, Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince, Go There, Moonstone Island, Tomomon, and Volzurk. If a monster taming game was released in 2023 but it did not make the list, then that means that nobody mentioned it during the voting process, which is unfortunate, but all the more reason that the community should be more active in what is happening with the games and the players. Now let's get through these categories. I'll let you know that the results may shock a lot of you. It definitely shocked me. I reached out to fans of monster taming games to vote from YouTube, Twitter, Reddit, and Discord. I was expecting the results to have much more variety, but hopefully that will be the case for next year's awards. In this community, each vote can make a big difference, even for the underdogs. The results will be revealed based on the percentage of overall votes. Our first category is Best Storyline. The results were 14.5% for A Node Heart, 14.5% for Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince, and Cassette Beast won with 71% of the votes. The second category was Best Artwork. For Best Artwork, A Node Heart received 33% of the votes and Cassette Beast won 67% of the votes. The third category was Best Soundtrack. Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince received 17% of the votes and Cassette Beast won with 83% of the votes. Our fourth category was Best Combat Experience. A Node Heart received 14% of the votes and Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince tied with Cassette Beast, each having 43% of the votes. The fifth category was Best Debut Game from a Studio. This was a unanimous victory for Moonstone Island, which received 100% of the votes. The sixth category was for Best Community Support. Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince received 17% of the votes, Moonstone Island received 33% of the votes, and Cassette Beast won with 50% of the votes. The seventh category was Most Innovative Game. Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince received 14% of the votes and Cassette Beast won with 86% of the votes. The eighth category was Best Game Ending. Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince received 25% of the votes and Cassette Beast won with 75% of the votes. The last category was for Best Game Trailer. Both Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince and Cassette Beast tied with 50% split in the votes. They both received half of the total amount of votes. This is what I mean by each vote counts. If you have any suggestions on how the Monster Tamer Awards can be improved for the next year, please comment for the benefit of the community. Thank you for watching the first ever Monster Tamer Awards.
If you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to subscribe and like and share. Find out what happens next time on the OFC.